What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I got home late last night from our 2-week training out in Missouri. So we're finally back, able to record some new content. Now, that is pretty much the reason I don't have an update on the Evo, is because I've been gone and haven't been able to work on it. But there are some more uncontrollable factors that I'll go into more further into this video. But for now, I'm just gonna play what I do have from before I left for the training. I know we were kind of respraying the bumpers, getting those dialed in. I'm not sure, some of the clips appear to be corrupted, so it's been a nightmare. I'm sorry in advance if the video's kind of all over the place. I'm trying to show as much detail as I can so we can work through these issues together. This is my first time painting, as you guys know, but I'm gonna stop yipping. Let's get to the content. Alrighty boys, it's been a few days since I picked up the camera. We've been just working away at these bumpers and the last little things of the Varus kit before we started working on the car. And been having a few little technical difficulties trying to get this bumper done. I'm not sure what Varus has on this kit, but it makes painting it a pain in the butt for whatever reason. I'll show you guys what we have, and I'm hoping tomorrow we can finally lay the last coat of base on this and then be able to clear it. It's been reacting really weird, and we're not exactly sure why. So we had the middle part black, and Cameron actually went ahead and sprayed the red while I was at work this week. But we were having issues with the black reacting in this corner. It was getting wrinkled up, or it was just doing weird things. So we ended up sanding it down, re-primering it, trying to get it to work its little bugs out. And it's finally starting to come to life again. So hopefully a little bit more primer, a little bit more sanding, and it'll work itself out. I'm not really sure what's going on. The rear bumper is pretty much ready for clear again. We might have to hit a few spots, but I'm pretty sure this one is almost good to go. And then the rear wing, that did look really good, but we ended up sanding that down too. We're just gonna re-clear everything at the same time. Same thing with the little splitter over here. Now, coming over to the car, Cameron is working right now to get all the dents pulled out of this thing. So we had quite a few on top of the door handles. It was kind of just a little wavy. Those came out with just the block, and then we got some little ones we got to work on. You can see he's kind of marking them up. Yeah, this one for sure. Little things all around the car that we're gonna get worked out prior to paint, because we don't want to put fresh paint on this thing just to have dents. There's quite a few scratches in this door, you can see in here, so we're gonna get all those worked out as well. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Damn, boy.
She thick. On the dent.
There she is. Buddy wants me to sand for 3 years straight. After about 12 hours of continuous primer sand, trying to get this as smooth as possible, and hopefully it's not gonna wrinkle up or have any sort of reaction. I'm gonna go ahead and mask everything off once again, hopefully for the last time, and we're gonna spray it out in black, and then once that kind of cures, we'll unmask everything, spray the entire bumper clear, and fingers crossed.
Yes.
So, yeah, let's get this masked off, and we'll go from there. Couple minutes later, we are all masked up once again, so we're gonna lay some paint, and hopefully This side in particular lays flat because everything else seems to be fine. We're just having issues kind of in this corner here for whatever reason. Well, I left to go get some diesel fuel for the heaters, and I come back, check this out. Big Boss came in here and laid everything out, and finally, after all that sanding, front bumper actually laid out exactly what we were going for the first time. So this is pretty much ready for clear now. This is gonna look really, really good. There's actually really no imperfections in it, and this corner looks pretty much perfect. So I'm happy with that. Rear bumper, we're gonna hit 2 spots once more, kind of in these corners, just to make sure, you know, there's no imperfections. But everything else, this is the splitter. This we just resprayed. There wasn't really anything too buggy with it, but with the paint we had, it was just doing some weird things. So this is some fresh paint, and everything came out pretty freaking good. So super happy we finally got this to work. I'm gonna pick this video up once the clear is laid because, as I told you guys in the last video, once we start spraying clear, it's like hot boxes the place. So yeah, it'll screw up the camera. So I'll see you guys in a bit. First few coats of clear are now laid, and my gosh, I love seeing all this nice and glossy. It's kind of relieving after all the sanding we've been doing. But here's the front bumper. Obviously, still some finishing touches we got to do, but this area finally sprayed out right. And this is the first time really seeing the red in its true form with the clear coat on. So this should match with the color code of the car. This is the P26 Mitsubishi Rally Red, and it looks so good, all fresh. We did the wing as well. This is all cleared. We got the rest of the door handles, and these are the little brackets that go on that cross member sitting over there. So I want to be as fully transparent as I can be because I want you guys to learn with me here. We've been dealing with a few factors that are not working with us, let's just say. One, the main issue we're having is the weather. The paint booth we're using, as you see in the video, it's essentially like an inflatable booth, but it's in a shop. It's not like a full hardened facility or anything like that. So we have to have the door open to vent stuff out most of the time. So when it's really cold out or it's raining and the humidity is really bad, paint is a lot harder to lay down when it's cold. It does not like to stick or adhere. It is an adhesive. So it makes it really, really challenging. And we can work with it, but if you want to lay down a really, really good paint job, which is all the guys over at Wyant's Body Shop, they want, you know, they're not gonna half-ass it, and I 100% appreciate that. I will definitely take the time to have it look really, really good. I want it to essentially be a show car at the end, is kind of the whole reason we painted the bay and all that to begin with. So it really seems that every time I go to work on that car, the weather works against us. I just got back from Missouri. We were supposed to go over there today, and we got like a crazy rainstorm with tornado warnings and all that kind of stuff. Back before I left, it'd be really nice on the days that I had to go to work for my actual job. And then when we go to work on the car, it'd either be after work where it'd be too cold, or yeah, even on weekends, it was either cold or raining. And then the weekdays would be beautiful when I couldn't be at the shop. So it's just our luck. It's just working against us. I don't know. One of these days we're gonna have a good day to work on that freaking car. But right now we do have a few pieces done. The door handles are done. The cross member that goes in between the core support's done. The bumpers are just about done. The wing's just about done. The lip, the splitter, those are done. The bumpers, the rear bumper, we're just gonna respray red one more time. The issue we've been having with that is the red base, when we go to mask over it and then we pull the masking tape off, there's always like 1 or 2 spots where it pulls the base off. So what we ended up doing after it pulled it off for the last time, we essentially cleared the whole bumper once the black and the red was sprayed, even though it had like missing pieces in the base. We cleared the whole thing, then we can sand down the clear, spray the red over that, and then re-clear it again. That's the only way that we really have found to keep the base laid on the bumper when we pull the masking tape off, because it is that two-tone effect where we have the red on top and the black on the bottom. The front bumper, from what I remember, actually came out really good. We just need to buff it and get rid of the runs. Now, the runs are in there because the temperature wasn't ideal when we were spraying. That's kind of the issue we're running into. The colder it is, the more imperfections you're gonna have. But the paint overall looks fantastic, so I can't complain there. The other issue is I'm using my buddy's body shop. I don't have a whole lot of room here. My garage is filled with the Evo parts right now. So I'm using a buddy's body shop. That way he can kind of help me with it. We have a booth that's readily available when we do need it. And yeah, it helps out a lot. The only issue is, obviously they run it as a body shop. So they have all their business customer cars that are coming in, and it puts the Evo at last priority. And I 100% understand that. That's their business. They're helping me out, so I can't complain on that. But that's another reason why the paint job's kind of taken a while, because yeah, weather, priority, and yeah, just overall time to work on this car. I only have, when I get home from work, I can stop by, and weekends. And when the weather doesn't work out for those days, it really just puts a halt on things. So that's the situation we're running into now. And with that said, because today's Sunday, I go back to work tomorrow, we only have this one day to really work on things, and the weather is not ideal. So I actually had a check engine light come in on the Duramax. So we're gonna slap a new glow plug in the Duramax, showing that number 7 glow plug is smoked, which I believe is on the passenger side all the way to the firewall. Hopefully it's not too bad to get to that, but let's go have a look. So coming outside, rain finally let up a little bit, so we can get to work on this old beast of a girl. So looking up under our inner fender, you can see each one of those little wires connecting to that little rod. That's the glow plug. And I do have them all numbered because we did the head gasket thing in here. I just want to ensure they all went to the right glow plug. But the one way back in there, that is the number 7 glow plug, I believe. So we just need to pull that guy out. And hopefully they come out. I did use some like anti-seize, never seize, whatever you want to call it on those. So I shouldn't have an issue. They did come right out when we pulled the heads. Let's go ahead and get that yanked out of there. It's looking like I don't even have to pull the inner fender or anything off. So if that's the case, cool. We'll grab an extension, ratchet, socket, whip that baby out. Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. About 30 seconds and we have the glow plug out. You can see it's a little bit charred up, so hopefully that is our issue. We got a new one right here. Let's get this thing slapped in. Hopefully the check engine light goes away. All right, jump up in here. New glow plug is in, so let's fire it up and see if we still got a light. If we do, we'll wipe it and hopefully it don't come back on. All right, so it did come back on, so let's go ahead, clear that out, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't come back on. No trouble codes. Okay, so the ECU's not reading anything, but because the code's stored in there, it's showing nothing. So let's clear it. And now we should have no engine light. There we go. Cool. So hopefully that doesn't come back on. We'll monitor it, but I think that should have solved it. Well, fix one car and another broken one rolls in. Give it a little rev. Give it a little rev. A little bit more. There it is. There it is. What happened, buddy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, yep. So we got another rod knocked EJ here, unfortunately. I'll tell him what happened.
Honestly, I found the car with 3 quarts less oil than it needs.
That'll do it. Yeah, so this is Frank. This is one of my friends from the military, and he's got, what is this, an 07?
Yeah, 07 Hawkeye.
07 Hawkeye WRX. And we were actually planning on building this to the hilt, but he ended up getting orders to Japan. Lucky. And so now we just got to put a new block in it and sell this thing off. Kind of the way it goes, though. It seems everything wants to break as soon as you get rid of it. That's a sign.
It's a sign. That's time.
So what exactly do you plan on doing? What do you want to do with this thing? Just
I mean, if I could just get a fresh block in it, honestly, it doesn't need to be built up. I'll be happy. Someone will find pleasure in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you guys love the Subaru content, so you're finally gonna get some more of it. Take it to like 3K, 4K. Hit it again. That's the old classic rod knock.
Rod knock.
That sucks. Alright, you can kill it. It's a couple hours later now. I talked to Frank for a little while and I ended up just buying this car from him. He's moving out to Japan. I'm just assuming he'll probably buy something a lot cooler when he's out there, hopefully. So yeah, he's not going to be taking this with him. And it's blown up right now. As you guys heard, it's got a little bit of a rod knock going. We don't know what happened. He had it in a shop and he came back, drove it a little while, had a rod knock, and he was 3 quarts low on oil, which is super bizarre. Like, it was full when he brought it in. So we kind of confused on what happened. We're not gonna call anyone out, I should say, but I don't know. All I know is we have a new WRX on the channel now. We're gonna get this thing rebuilt, and I think it's gonna go up north to New York. And my dad's gonna rip it for a little while because he needs a beater car. As you guys know, I just rebuilt that BMW for him, but it's a BMW and you guys know how reliable those are. Even worse than a freaking Subaru. So, and I'd rather rebuild a Subaru than a BMW. So this is gonna go up there, and yeah, hopefully we can help some people out when they need it. So out here, you can say hello to our new 07 WRX. I've never had a GD or anything older than a GR actually. This is the earliest model that I've had. So digging into something a little new. Now yes, it's not an STI, but like I said, it's going up north. It's probably gonna be my dad's beater car for a little while. So we didn't need anything special. This is literally gonna be perfect. We were talking about it just the other night about getting him like a Blob or a Hawk, and then this showed up, so works out. Okay, like I said, this video is probably gonna be all over the place, so I apologize, but I hope you guys enjoyed. We got a WRX to build now, along with all other 4 or 5 builds we're doing at the same time. It is what it is. I'd rather be busy than not have anything to do, so I ain't complaining, but we gotta get to work. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, peace out. See y'all later.